4th of July weekend, we have a Point Fighter Live approved event here that you're not going to want to miss, the Watermelon Crawl Brawl in South Carolina. I have the promoter on with me to talk more about what you need to know. So, Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Well, I'm excited to talk about this event again. We did the pre-show last year, but it's coming up soon, July 27th. Tell me more about how you're feeling about it.
I feel great. Registration looks pretty good. We've got a whole new venue this year, and I'm putting things together, and I feel really, really good. There's going to be more room. Last year it was kind of crowded, and have 8 rings running, and I feel really good about it this year.
Very nice. Tell me more about this new location, Central High School.
Yeah, Central High School is it's my alma mater where I went to high school at, and we've always been a big football community around here. So they've got a nice big gymnasium right there by the football stadium. So we'll have plenty of parking. There won't be no crowds right there for parking. It's got a nice big entrance where you can have plenty of room for registration on one side, pre-registration on the other, and then a huge gymnasium with lots more stands, for people to sit in, and a lot more room to maneuver around the rings.
Cool. So just a more comfortable experience.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm going for.
Great. All right. So for people who are not familiar with the watermelon crawl brawl, tell me more about the history behind it. Of course, addressing this watermelon on the flyer.
Well, I'm from Pageland, and every year we have this huge festival. It's called the Watermelon Festival. It's infamous with Pageland. We're basically the watermelon capital of the world. This is where they're homegrown watermelons, and you know I was sitting down one night with Pastor Phil Addison. He's the promoter of the Southern Showdown, and I was telling in the beginning at the first one, what do I call this thing? And he rattled a couple of names off, and this was one of them, the Watermelon Crawl Brawl, and I don't. It stuck. It really did. It stuck with me, and so it was born, and then I got to thinking, I've got to do something special because this is the watermelon capital of the world. So last year I gave away watermelons for every grand champion, along with the cash that goes along with the prize. So that because we got sweetest watermelons around. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
How can you
grown
not try it? It's like going to Georgia and not having a peach.
exactly. So that's how it was born, and we have a couple of awesome challenge divisions, and those are the divisions that we're going to be giving the Point Fighter Live Ring away in. And the kids, we always have, it seems like the stiffest forms, weapons, musical, and fighting divisions right here. It breeds the best champions around.
Nice. You talked about having a good looking registration start. Um, Tell me a little bit more about that registration. Is there a specific, do we miss the pre-registration deadline, July 4th? So we just missed it, but you can still register.
You can still, registration will be open all the way up to the day of the event. You can register at myeventtex.com. It's it's pretty seamless process. And then basically you just check in once you get there that day.
So there are a lot of prizes on this flyer, cash prizes, team fighting, grands. Tell me more. So let's just run through it, kind of tell people what they could be winning when they go to your tournament.
Well, we've got underbelt forms and fighting grands for kids and adults, and then
Nice.
we've got some adult black belt fighting grands. There's $500 up for grabs for adult black belt fighting grands, male and female. There's a king challenge, which is basically an open weight challenge where all the black belts, if they register for that division, they get thrown in the pot, and the winner walks away with $750 plus a Point Fighter Live ring. That would be the king, and the same thing happens for the queen. All
Wow.
the adult female fighters that register for that division, they get thrown in the pot, and the winner walks away with a Point Fighter Live ring and $750 in cash. And then we have a huge team challenge where, and it's kind of a unique challenge. It's not your typical team.
Okay.
This one is an 18 plus male, an 18 plus female, a 30 plus senior, then a teenager, and then a youth. And the idea behind this was if you have an instructor that is still actively competing, the cool, unique thing to do was what if I won a team challenge with my instructor? So that was the idea behind it. And then we give away $1,000 to the best team that wins.
Yeah, that's extra special. You get generations in there. You get to watch all at once the best of the best compete against each other regardless of age or gender.
That's right.
Fun. You had this division last year, right?
Yes.
What was that turnout like? How was that from your perspective?
Well, we had three teams, and out of those teams, FSK was victorious, and it seemed like it was just building a memory that the students would just have forever.
Nice. Yeah, hopefully some more people throw their name in the um what is that? The name in the hat for that? Because I mean $1,000 isn't chump change and it's a good experience,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know? So I'm sure FSK will be back. That's Southern, I mean, I think they're in South Carolina or they're based in South Carolina.
Yes,
You've
ma'am.
got some schools down there. This is a TCT AAA rated event. Tell me more what that means, why it's important to people.
The reason being AAA rated for TCT is because every tournament that the TCT that is rated for the TCT, competitors will earn points, and at the end of the year they'll be seeded at the TCT championships, and they'll earn the championship, which would be a nice coveted belt that they can tie around their waist or they can put on display, and a plaque.
Right? Yeah, those points are important as we're in the thick of the martial arts, year, right?
That's
This
right.
is right that this is right when people need to start doing that.
Yes, ma'am.
So is the Watermelon Festival happening at the same weekend?
Last year it did. This year it is not. It is the weekend prior to it. So, but it's still in the same range. So if they come down for the Watermelon Festival, the next weekend they can compete in the tournament.
Okay, nice, fun. And they'll still get, are you still doing watermelons this year or no?
Yes, I'm still giving away the watermelons. I've already called the sponsor, and he's agreed to donate them.
Cool, fun, very fun. I mean, that's just such a unique thing, and all these guys are going to be expending their energy, right? They could
Yes,
use a refreshing bite of watermelon. My mouth is watering thinking about it. Thinking about it.
they're awesome.
Great. Okay. Well, let's see. We talked about team fighting. This King Queen cash prize. That's great. Registration open until the day of the event. Well, what are you most excited about for this event?
Watching the underbelts. Everybody, you see with a lot of big tournaments, everybody, it seems like they're focused on the black belts so much because, I mean, in all, that's where a lot of the action is. But these underbelt kids that we have here in the South, they're nothing short of amazing with some of the stunts and the tricks that they can pull off in their musical forms, in their creative forms, or even the level that they're bringing to traditional. It's like they're literally not even taking a 24-hour break after a tournament, and they're just going straight back to the lab and putting in that grinding sweat and work. And that's what I look forward to watching every year. I've got tons of pictures that I've yet to post that I'm going to be posting in the coming weeks of some of the underbelt grand champions from last year and the year before that. And to me, it warms my soul to see the next generation of martial artists turning it up a notch and getting that much better, that much more athletic, because it shows that as instructors we're doing our job.
And it's nice that you highlight, even $100 for some of these kids is a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah, it is. The first year, one of the little small kids, he was like 8 years old, and he won the underbelt grands for his division. He asked me, he said, "How much money is that?" And I told him, I said, $100. And he says, "Oh, I got lunch money."
Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah.
The memories for me with the underbelts means the most, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's so fun. And you have your own school, right, Mark?
Yes, ma'am.
How are your students feeling? How are the kids feeling ahead of the event? Are they training super hard? Are they excited? What's that?
They are. They're training like you wouldn't even believe it. After the last tournament, I told them all they owed me 20 miles, and they showed up with their tennis shoes. So they showed up ready to run. And here right now in South Carolina, it's 99 degrees, so
Yeah.
it's really really hot. They show up every single day. They put in the sweat. I basically run a school where the kids show up. They don't ask any questions. If I tell them we're running laps today, then there's no questions asked. It's like, sensei, we're not going to do this or that or the other. And they don't ask no questions. They just show up and train.
Yeah, disciplined, respectful. Great. That's awesome to hear.
Yep.
Uh, so what year is this? Is this what year is the watermelon crawl brawl?
What year is it?
Yes, like what
The third annual.
the third annual. Okay,
Yep.
great, great. So what from the start of promoting this particular event to this third year have you sort of shifted your energy away or towards that you are excited to share with people about?
I'm shifting my energy towards the organization, making sure that everything is in order
Yeah.
and the divisions run smooth. The first couple of years was a huge learning curve for me. This
Oh,
year, I played closer attention to the ring assignments so that it runs smoother and that there's less hiccups, less waiting, so that kids can get their divisions run. I mean, because it's the summertime. The last thing a kid wants to do is spend all day long at the tournament. They want to show up, they want to win their award, and then they want to go out and have fun with their family.
mhm. Yeah, that organization, that pre-planning is so much effort on your end, and then it's all the competitors take it for granted when everything goes smoothly, and they go home and they're like, "Huh, we weren't there all day." Or so but I'm sure that parents and the kids will appreciate it and are going to look forward to the work that you're putting in behind the scenes.
Yes,
Cool.
ma'am.
Great. Well, is there anything else that we want to talk about for the Watermelon Crawl Brawl? Central High School, your alma mater, new location, lots of awards.
Yes, medals in first through fourth place. There'll be medals, and then like I say, the underbelt grands for kids and adults, adult black belt grands, adult female black belt grands, then the king, the queen, and the ultimate team challenge.
Great. Okay. Well, and get those registration in at myuventix.com, or you can do it day of, but just do it in the air conditioning and don't have to wait in the line. So that's great. Well, thank you, Mark, so much for coming on to the Power Chat series. Point Fighter Live approved event. Go out, compete for anybody watching or rewatching this, and get that power ring. Come onto the show, and I hope it's a great event.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we are